Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Hey everyone, welcome back to ScreenBuzz. Today we're counting down some epic battles in a brand new animated series called Predator, Killer of Killers. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg and written by Robert Ruder, this wild ride brings together three distinct periods: 841 AD Viking era, 17th century Japan, and WWII. We'll dive into what makes each battle so unforgettable, and if the filmmakers took any risks in their storytelling approach. Now, let's start with the first story, The Shield, set against the backdrop of a brutal Viking revenge mission. The animation here is absolutely gorgeous. It's like stepping right into the frozen tundra. We get to see sword battles that are both inventive and intense. And speaking of intensity, the Predator's arrival certainly raises the stakes, adding some much-needed visual clarity back to our fight choreography. But what's interesting about The Shield is how it ties in with the rest of the franchise, particularly the more recent live-action film, Prey. I won't spoil too much, but let's just say that we get a glimpse at how the Predator has been reimagined across different eras. And that's exactly what Killer of Killers does. It strips down the formula to its bare essentials, giving us three short stories, each lasting about 25 minutes. One thing that really sets this series apart is its ability to balance action and, well, not so much character development. Now, I know some fans might be thinking, wait, what about depth? And honestly, the answer is, it's not necessary for these kinds of films. What you're getting here are three straight-up fight scenes that deliver on high-concept excitement. Next up, we have Shadow, set in 17th century Japan, where a samurai and his sister-in-law engage in an epic battle of wits. Or should I say, not so witted. Because the real star of the show is, of course, our old friend the Predator. Unfortunately, while this story has some great action sequences, it feels like we're missing out on more emotional depth with our characters. Finally, there's Flight, set in WWII, where an aspiring pilot finds himself face-to-face with, you guessed it, the Predator. Now, I know what you're thinking, another aerial battle scene? But trust me when I say that this one is a game-changer. Dan Trachtenberg takes some risks here by embracing the constraints of this format and delivering something truly thrilling. And speaking of taking risks, Predator, Killer of Killers, has been developed in tandem with Trachtenberg's own live-action sequel, Predator, Badlands. But the beauty of an animated series is that it can exist outside of that timeline. So even if this is part of a larger cinematic universe, I think fans will love how it stands on its own 2 feet. All things considered, while Predator, Killer of Killers, isn't perfect, there are certainly some areas where the animation could improve. What it lacks in detail and nuance makes up for it with sheer, unadulterated fun. So if you're ready to see some wild fight scenes that'll leave you breathless, then keep an eye out for Predator, Killer of Killers, hitting Hulu on June 6th.